car racing at the Cajun Nationals, the semifinal round of competition in the hometown favorite, Mark Oswald, the #1 qualifier at the wheel of the Candies and Hughes Pontiac. He is racing against the upstart, the underdog, Jim Head. He's got a lot of experience on the racetrack. He has great equipment under him. In fact, he does a lot of the work himself. The two cars virtually identical. The same chassis builder, Al Swindle, responsible for the design of both cars. So, it is a lot of experience at the hands of Candies and Hughes. The driver, Mark Oswald, having been down that racetrack many a time in both Top Fuel and funny car competition. For Jim Head, not quite the experience level that is there with that Candies and Hughes entry, but he is in the semifinals. It doesn't matter to him how he got there, and it is Mark Oswald up in smoke. Jim Head extending his lead into the finish line, and what an upset. The #1 qualifier down to defeat Jim Head. A very safe 6.08 seconds at 245 miles an hour as we watch again and see exactly how Mark Oswald lost. A little bit of a wheel stand and then instant tire smoke. The car losing traction, and all Mark Oswald could do is keep it straight, keep it from hitting the guardrail, and watch Jim Head win the race and move into his first ever NHRA funny car final. A huge crowd stunned by the upset as the #1 qualifier and the big favorite going down to defeat at the hands of Jim Head. So it will be Jim Head against this car in the finals. Billy Meyer receiving a bye run. Dale Palde pulling out because of mechanical problems. Continual difficulties with the engine on the Henby Palde car puts him out of competition, giving Billy Meyer the single. The all-important question here is, will Billy Meyer run this car hard in this round of racing? He does not have to, but if he has the low elapsed time over the 6:08 of Jim Head, he gets lane choice in the final. A great run thus far. Billy Meyer headed to the finish line, and there it is. Low elapsed time for funny cars, 5.81 seconds. Billy Meyer has lane choice in the final. Let's go to Steve with Jim Head.
Your crew is going to be very, very excited. Now's the time you're going to have to calm everybody down and take a very careful approach to the prep for this final.
They're good. They really are. I mean, they're not the known names, but believe me, they're very, very good. Well, they're the only reason I'm here. There's no question about it.
May not have a lot of flashy chrome or a corporate logo on the side, but it's in the final, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Jim Head, one more round to go.
Top Fuel Eliminator semifinals. Joe Amato, the fastest car in all of drag racing. His wife, Jerry, backing him up into his own tracks. Joe Amato, in qualifying, ran over 263 miles an hour at this event and set a new NHRA national record in the process. As you recall, Joe Amato was running funny car wheels and tires in the first round of competition, but here against the pre-race favorite Gary Beck, Amato has taken off those big wide tires and put back on the slender, narrow racing tires that he normally uses, trying to gain that little bit of an advantage. Gary Beck out in front. Something goes wrong with Joe Amato's car, and Gary Beck into the finals for the second year in a row. And look at that elapsed time, 5.53 seconds, and a very sad Jerry Amato watching her husband go out with mechanical failure, done for the day. Let's go down to Steve Evans, who's with Billy Meyer.
Now you have to be concerned with the track changing. Is if it cools off a little bit before the final, it could be another ball game yet again.
Well, I think what we did that last run, Steve, I don't think that anything could screw us up now, except me or my guys, and hopefully we're okay.
Okay, Billy, good luck.
Billy Meyer, the decided favorite going into the finals of Funny Car Eliminator against Jim Head. The winner of this race will decide who meets Gary Beck in the finals of Top Fuel. Will it be Shirley Muldowney with a brand new engine sitting between the frame rails, or will it be the car owner of Gary Beck's car, Larry Meyer? Meyer won this race. He is the defending champion, and it appears that he has changed front wheels and tires also, going to the slender, skinny front tires, trying to gain every bit of performance advantage. Larry Meyer in the far lane, Shirley Muldowney in the near lane. The cars inching their way ever so slowly into those staging beams. And the tree goes green with Larry Meyer out in front. And Meyer pulling away to a big lead in the engine. Let's go. You can see the supercharger shedding parts as he comes through the timing traps. 5.59 seconds. His speed, 253 miles an hour. But a very surprising and unusual engine explosion for Larry Meyer. As he approaches the speed traps at the finish line, the supercharger literally explodes. If you've ever wondered what it looks like from the other driver's point of view at over 250 miles an hour, watch from Shirley Muldowney's viewpoint as the engine explodes for Larry Meyer. Lots of problems for the Meyer crew.
Boy, Larry, that must have had your ears ringing for sure.
This is getting to be an expensive sport.
That's a lot of superchargers this year.
Yeah, that's 2 at this race for me, plus the one in Ed's car.
Now, the final round, you would race your guy, Gary Beck. Would you bother to fix this car?
Oh, I think the fans deserve another engine in this thing.
All right, you heard it from Larry Meyer. We'll have a 2-car final.
Steve, that 2-car final is just like it was last year. Car owner Larry Meyer, his driver Gary Beck. That's the Top Fuel final coming up in just a few moments at the Cajun Nationals.